We've got the transfer ownership. Transfer ownership is slightly more complicated than a standard transfer. So if you had an ERC 721, which is the standard sort of NFT type contract, you can go to your wallet and select your NFT and then send it to somebody. You can't do that with a silo. We've made the transfer ownership process a reverse approval. So essentially, because these have got scheduled harvests or scheduled settings that actually require Chainlink automation to be active and require the user to have a silo manager with link funding and stuff like that. If you was to send a silo to somebody that didn't have a manager, obviously the silo can't be managed. If you sent it to somebody that had a manager and the manager was underfunded, then the silo wouldn't be managed. If you as a malicious actor, you could actually make the settings of the silo, something like a harvest every single 1 second, and then send it to somebody, and then that would drain their silo manager. So to stop all of that, we've made this a reverse approval. So essentially, for me to actually be allowed to send my silo to another user, the other user has to approve my personal wallet address to be allowed to send my silos to them. If another user doesn't approve my silo, my actual wallet address, then I'm unable to send my silo to them. So it's like a reverse approval. Also, generally stops accidental sending of a silo to an address that might not actually be able to accept it. Potentially could stop malicious actors, sort of like phishing and things like that as well, because they would actually have to have a silo manager and approve it and then send it, and it's so you can't just drain through like a phishing attack, for example. So we're going to explore some of this in a little while, but that's kind of the basic info about the transfer ownership. It's not a simple just I want to transfer my silo to somebody else. If you do transfer it, it does retain all of the settings. It retains all of the funding and everything. So if there was actually money in this and you sent it to somebody, all of the money that's in this also gets sent to the other person.